John in Middletown, California. Hey, John, thanks for listening on Sirius XM. What's up?
Hey, Tom, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you.
Love the program. I've been reading some tweets, and I'm thinking about the resistance and talking about to some friends and whatnot. There's a lot of chatter going on about, well, of course, fake accounts coming out of the White House that are supposed to be like rogue POTUS accounts and whatnot. But there's a lot of talk going on about people being really cautious, especially the protesters that are going down to Florida. Or anybody who goes to Mar-a-Lago or those areas to decide they're going to go and protest, to be really cautious to make sure to keep them peaceful, respectful, and more importantly, it's probably better to protest the House, your congressmen, the different members that way, because frankly, it sounds like a lot of different alt-right groups, including Bannon's groups, are looking for a Reichstag event to try to frame, if you will, the leftists as being crazy liberals, and look, they're going to cause huge protests, and then more importantly, be able to pass legislation and EOs that could actually outlaw protests, quote unquote, to be able to push more of their agenda. And you spoke a lot about the 30s, you spoke a lot about 1932 up to 1935. And these are a lot of tactics that went on with brown shirts to really push the minority German population into the fervor that turned into the World War II that we saw. So just kind of a note.
I don't disagree. Another word of caution, and on the one hand, I don't want to discourage people from protesting. On the other hand, we need to go into this eyes wide open. I mean, here in Washington, D.C., we had several hundred people rounded up and charged with felonies, including 6 journalists. The charges have been dropped against 5 of them, but still 6 journalists. One of them a friend of mine. We saw this happen when it was probably fewer than a dozen people who were committing the crimes, who were smashing windows. And the felony charges against the rest of them, to the best of my knowledge, has not been dropped. Anybody who's protesting at Mar-a-Lago, anybody who goes to the Florida events, or any other things where the president is, should expect 2 things to happen. One is your picture will be taken. You will be subject to facial recognition software. They will identify you, and they will put you in a database, whether it's the FBI database or whether it's the GOP. I don't know what. But, number one, they are taking names. And number 2, if you bring your cell phone with you, anywhere the president goes, there is most likely a Stingray device. There are 18 or 19 of them, according to the right-wing newspaper here in Washington, D.C., the Washington Examiner in D.C. You can kind of notice it happen as you walk by the White House. Suddenly your phone starts discharging rapidly. And what these Stingray devices do is they pretend that they are a cell tower. And they pass through your phone calls, and they pass through the internet. Everything passes through them, so they're completely transparent. You don't even realize that your phone has been basically seized. But then they can just dump, they can just empty your phone of information. And so, be informed, right? John, thanks a lot for the call.